I've had 57 birthdays so far. My most recent was just a couple weeks ago, and it really got me thinking about what do people do on their birthdays? How do they spend their day? I'm going to share 10 very specific things that you can think about and or do on your special day, even if the day's not turning out to feel overly special. First off, if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. Maybe it's your birthday week or your birthday month. I am extending the happiest of birthday greetings to you for your day, your week, your month. I would sing the happy birthday song to you, but while I was researching this video, I learned some very interesting information about the birthday song. So I'm a little scared to sing it. I will tell you about that at the end of the video. I am honestly thinking, seriously, am I the only person who didn't know this about the happy birthday song? More about that at the end. Okay, back to some things you can think about and or do on your birthday. What will you be doing on your birthday? Are you one of those people who will be moving, shaking, dancing, and celebrating the day? Or are you one of those people who say, nope, just another day, not doing much? Or maybe you're spending your day being quiet and reflective. Birthdays sometimes do that to us. Or maybe you're feeling a bit of the birthday blues. Many of us do on our birthdays. It is very common. As I said, I've had 57 birthdays so far, and I think I have experienced every single one of those over the years. It depends on the year, it depends on where I am, what I'm doing, what's going on in my life. This year, I wasn't feeling 100% on my birthday, on the tail end of a cold and just kind of draggy. But you know what? It still turned out to be a really special day. And sheesh, it really did get me thinking, though, about some of the pressures that society, our culture puts on us about how we're supposed to feel on our birthday, what we're supposed to do. First of all, toss those worries and expectations and pressures aside. This channel is about lead your living, your wellness, your work, your leisure. That means you're in charge. So let's talk about some ways to get started to take the lead in your own living on your birthday. A couple of reminders. So I'm going to give you a list of 10 ideas and suggestions of things that you can do on your birthday. They're not all going to be applicable to you. Pick the ones that work. I am sure you will find one or two that just fits with where you are. Pick what works for you, ignore the rest. Remember, you're in charge. And if you know somebody who's having a birthday in the next little bit, send this to them. Let them get some ideas and pick a couple of things that may be applicable to how they want to spend their day. Let's get started. First up, do something that makes you proud of yourself. It doesn't have to be big. I'm not talking about big and fancy things. It can be as small as telling yourself you are going to give the gift of kindness all day because it is your birthday. You're going to compliment people. You're going to smile at people that you meet. You're going to say thank you. You're going to open doors for people. You are just going to spread that loving kindness around. The more you give, the more you feel. Or make a donation, and even think about making a donation anonymously. That feels great and makes you very proud of yourself. This video is not about outlining a list of material gifts that you can buy for your birthday or how to throw the best birthday party. There's lots of information and online out there for that type of information. This is a little bit different. This is about how to make your birthday as meaningful as possible. Write a letter to yourself. I know I've said this in a couple of my videos. I keep offering this as a suggestion because there is so much value in this. Write a letter to your future self or your younger self. And I have done both of these on different occasions, not necessarily on my birthday, but your birthday is a great time to do this. If you're at a point that it is a fabulous day and you're kind of really excited about how life is going and have lots to offer, what a great time to write a letter to your younger self, reminding him or her that, you know what, we did well. I know you put in a lot of hard years, but I want to just assure you that it was worth it. We're now turning 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever your age. And give that younger you some encouragement. It feels good. It does some funny things to you when you go through that process. So, or if you're feeling like you're kind of down, you are having a bit of the birthday blues, that is a great time to write a letter to your future self. And I have done this a couple times, and I felt as silly as could be doing it. Nobody has to know, but it is very helpful. And the only suggestions I would make for you is think about where you want to be in the next 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, or even next year on your birthday. The person you want to be, how you want to be feeling. and write a letter to that person and say, remember, the future you, write a letter to the future you 5 years later and say, gosh, I'm so proud of the life you've lived. Remember that birthday when we were feeling down, but we took the step and we stuck with it and we just took the day. It didn't turn out to be what we thought, but we just kept barreling through, which is how we've done so much in life. And that has led us to the you that you are now, which is yourself 5 years later. Remind that future person that they are feeling like they are because of all the hard work that the younger you put in. Okay, I love this next one. I actually did this on my birthday this year. Clean up your social media connections. I almost feel giddy talking about it. What a fabulous exercise. And so if there are people that you really don't need to be connected to and they're not bringing you any value, and even more importantly, if they are adding tension, unnecessary tension, delete them, unfollow them. It feels great, and it is definitely a gift to give yourself on your birthday. This channel is about lead your living. This is one very small exercise that really made me feel like I was taking the lead in my own life. These are small things that we just don't think about, so definitely worth doing. Conduct a tension audit, or what many people call a friction audit. A friction audit includes thinking about the things that are bringing you stress, writing them down, and then figuring out what you're going to do about them. Mel Robbins has a fabulous podcast episode on this, and I'll put the link above and down below in the notes. That the title of it is How to Get Unstuck. Do this to create the future you want. What a great episode to listen to on your birthday. Okay, this one is also still related to social media and our phones or being connected online. Be selective with your scrolling. It's your day. Only feed your brain good, positive things, especially if this year is a birthday where you're feeling kind of down about things. Do not fill your brain with negative stuff. Be very selective on what you watch today. And I have some great suggestions for you. This one's a good one. It's your birthday. This guy is great. I just discovered him the other day as I was doing some research for this video. He does a birthday video every day. So you can log on, you can check out his channel on YouTube on your birthday, and he'll have a birthday song for you. If you're using your birthday to try and feed your brain good things and how to move forward to the future that you want, a fabulous YouTube channel it's called Therapy in a Nutshell. She is a licensed professional and she has some great information. And in particular, this is a great episode. And I'll put the link again down in the notes below. I have no affiliation with these people. I'm just suggesting them because my channel is about nudging people to be the best version of themselves. And I don't have all of that expertise, but as I go through my own experiences, I do hope in every video that I'm linking you to people who do have an expertise in the area that we're chatting about. And she is a great one. Spend time in nature. Don't you be rolling your eyes about that. I know it doesn't sound overly exciting, but you know what? There's so much science behind this. Getting outside, going for a walk in the woods or going for a walk in a park along a trail has a huge impact on how we're feeling. Not just how we're feeling, but has huge impacts on our health. Some of the benefits of being in nature for as little as 2 hours a week can be improving overall health and wellness, decreasing the burden of chronic disease, lowers your blood pressure, increases serotonin levels, that hormone that makes us feel happier and more joyful. It increases our motivation levels, increases life expectancy, overall sharpens our cognition, and it even makes us nicer. My Lead Your Living channel has a great little video on the benefits of being in nature. So check it out and get out there for your birthday. Oh, okay. This is a good one too. I love this one. Start a new tradition on your birthday. And it matters not whether you are the person that's out partying and having a great time on your birthday, or whether you're someone who's struggling with the birthday blues and all the people in between. Starting a new tradition on your birthday is such a good idea. And there are so many examples of this. And one that I love is start a birthday book. Each year on your birthday, take some time, take a selfie. You might need a Polaroid camera so that you can actually print it out and put it on the book. Or you could do this all electronically online. So put a picture of yourself on your birthday, what you look like. Write a note about things like who's most important in your life in this stage. That changes over time. So it'd be so interesting to look back on this over the years about, oh my gosh, when I turned 25, 35, 43, 48. For every year. You can have who are the people that were in my closest circle at that time. Write some things that you love to do. Write some things that maybe you look forward to in the next year, some things that happened in the last year. Write where you're living and what your actual mailing address is. For me, that'd be pretty boring. I've been pretty stable with that. That doesn't change a lot. But some people move a lot, especially if you're in your younger years. It's so interesting to have all of these details. I wish this is something that I did earlier. I just think it's such a good idea, and don't put anything else in the book except write in it on your birthday each year. That's just one example of a new tradition you can start. Lots of people have the tradition of they schedule themselves off work so they can have a vacation day on their birthday. If you are in a position and have the luxury to do that, then that's a great tradition to try. I did actually do that, but I was a little late to the game. I only started to do that I think the last 2 years I worked, and then I retired. So really only got 2 years, but it felt nice to have your birthday off. Okay, let's keep going. This next one is reflect on your past year. And I know this is not new and earth shattering and doesn't sound like a surprise to anybody, but you know what? A birthday is such a great time to really reflect on the last year. Think about your accomplishments, goals you've achieved, exciting things that have happened. You can do all of that. Those are the traditional things. But also, I would say take it a step further and ask yourself, what is the greatest gift I received last year? Now, I'm not talking about material things. It's okay to include material things, but I'm again talking to prompt yourself to go a little bit deeper and think about some of the greatest gifts you did receive. It could be the gift of a new friendship. It could be the gift of a lesson learned from a mistake. Gifts sometimes gifts come disguised as something else, as a hardship and a mistake, and you only actually get to unwrap the gift or the lesson learned after. So think about some of those things that happened in the last year. Maybe it's the gift of a decision that you made that is helping to move you forward to the person that you want to be in the future. I know some of this stuff sounds a little corny, but this is so key to personal growth and development. And I don't know, it just seems like a birthday is such a great time to do it. Now, if you're too busy on your birthday, that's okay. Do it in your birthday week, your birthday month, whatever works. Just take the time to appreciate the gifts you have received. Okay, ready for this one? Your birthday is a fabulous time to start to retrain your brain. I am not kidding. Some of the things that we tell ourselves are just pure craziness. The YouTube channel Therapy in a Nutshell that I referenced earlier she has such a great episode on this about how our brain lies to us all the time. She talks about the importance of shifting our mindset from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of growth and abundance. It just starts to nudge you in the direction that you want to go. And it also helps to get you thinking about, okay, who do you want to be in the future? How do you want to be spending your birthday next year if this year didn't turn out how you expected? Another great way to work on retraining your brain is to explore that whole world of meditation and positive affirmations. I know, might sound a little woo woo, but give it a try. There are over 1,400 scientific studies on the health benefits, the physical, the mental, and emotional health benefits that you get from meditation. It doesn't happen overnight. It's like starting to go to the gym and thinking that if you're going to get in shape and lose a bunch of weight. That doesn't happen the first time you go to the gym. It's about starting and being consistent. It is the same with meditation in terms of the benefits. Over time, you start to notice them. Positive affirmations are the same but different, I guess. It's about quieting the mind and sending the right signals to your mind. But this is a bit of a new area for me, and I've just been doing this in the last few weeks. But I love it. It is now one of my favorite ways to start the day as I'm getting dressed. And sometimes I'm just sitting and listening to the positive affirmations. And this YouTube channel, she is fabulous. I love it. And this is a great one. I've put a link to an episode that is a really good one to start on your birthday. Okay, here we go with another one. Visualize your future. Often birthdays are associated with the numbers, what number we're turning. It's focused on how old we are, what the age is, how many years we've lived. But remember, it's not always about the number of years. Your birthday is a perfect time to start thinking about how you're actually living between the numbers and from year to year. Start to think about the future you want to have. What kind of person do you want to be next year, in 5 years, in 10 years? Birthdays often become synonymous with gifts. So let's talk about gifts, not material gifts, but I have a couple questions that you should ask yourself that can help you visualize the future you want. One is, what gift will you give to the world? I know, I get it that I'm sounding a little woo woo and out there, but this is an important one. We all have something to give. Maybe it's just like how we talk to people. Maybe it's how we help a child. Maybe it's how we help a friend. Maybe it's how we help a senior or an older person. Maybe it's how we care for animals. Maybe it's a skill or education or knowledge that we have. We all have stuff to give. Even if you think you don't, I am here to tell you, and I absolutely believe you do have a gift to give. Maybe your gift to the world is simply about, as we talked about earlier, being kinder and being more joyful. Other gifts could be about that you're going to say, okay, I'm going to be less judgmental towards other people. That's a huge one. Everything we do feels like people are judging us. And if you're someone that makes a decision that, okay, you know what, you're going to start judging less, that is a huge gift to give to the world. Maybe it's the gift of life. Maybe you're going to donate blood. It can be something very specific or it can be something a little more abstract. Your choice. Remember, you're in charge. And it is your birthday. So think about what gift you're going to give yourself for the next year or the next few years. Are you going to sign up for that course you've always thought about? Are you going to make an effort to form new friendships? We don't need a lot of friends. Sometimes just one true friendship makes a huge difference in how we feel. Maybe you're going to give yourself the gift of time. Maybe you're going to schedule some time off. Take that vacation that you've been dreaming about. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't mean you have to spend lots of money and go somewhere. You can do that if you want and have the resources to do it. But maybe just take a few days off and do things just for you. Do some of your favorite things. Maybe the gift you want to give yourself is to forgive a grudge. This is huge. We know that holding a grudge is, they say, is like drinking or eating poison and hoping it harms the other person. It doesn't work that way. Holding a grudge causes you the grief, you the angst, you the hurt, all of that. That doesn't mean that you have to hang, if it's a particular person that you see and you're holding a grudge, that doesn't mean that you have to hang out with them all the time and be besties. No, it just means that you're doing the internal work to realize, you know what, holding this grudge is not moving me forward. It's actually holding me back. That is a true gift to yourself. It's a tough one, but it is a true gift to yourself. So pick what gift you're going to give to yourself and be committed to it. It is important to love yourself and build yourself up and give yourself a gift. You can add in some material gifts if you want, but it doesn't have to be about material things. Okay, I told you I was going to tell you about the happy birthday song. The happy birthday song, happy birthday to you, is the most recognizable song in the English language. That's not the surprising thing. That what was surprising to me as I was researching this information for this video is that there could be a little copyright issue with that song. Be careful where you sing it. Here's the details that I can find online. Not sure if it's all true. 1893, a song written by two Kentucky teachers called Good Morning to All. Not a whole lot happened in the next 40 years or so. Then a musical in 1933 came out and included a song, Happy Birthday to You. All the same words and music as Good Morning to All. A couple years later, around 1935, a relative of the teachers who wrote the song in 1893 sued the musical for copyright issues. They won. It was a successful claim. Then there were a whole bunch of copyright claims from the years 1935 all the way up to 2015. And so then, I guess in 2015, there was an article in the Los Angeles Times that a judge ruled that all the copyright claims against the Happy Birthday song were invalid because the actual copyright that was issued in 1933 or 1935, whenever it was was for the piano musical portion of the song only. I have read different articles, and so I'm not really sure whether the copyright still exists. I don't want to take any chances, so I don't want to sing to you. You don't want me to sing to you anyway. But I do want to take the time to wish you a very happy birthday, whether it's your birthday day, your birthday week, or your birthday month. I do know one thing for sure, it's definitely your birthday year. We all have one. Make the best of it. You're in charge. I'm going to leave you with a little quote from one of my most favorite books, Dr. Seuss, The Happy Birthday to You book. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. Shout loud, I am lucky to be what I am. Thank goodness I'm not just a clam or a ham, or a dusty old jar of sour gooseberry jam. I am what I am. That's a great thing to be. If I say so myself, happy birthday to me. Make your day great. I say it often, but I think it needs to be said again. I am not an expert. My channel, Lead Your Living, is about taking charge in your own life. My goal is to spark your interest in a topic that maybe or could be relevant to you. I am not an expert. I'm pulling from experiences, my own experiences, and from some of the most current literature.